Good evening and welcome back to One TV News with me, Esma. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida announced his resignation on August 14, stating that he will not seek re-election as leader of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party or LDP. Kishida's departure, driven by a plummeting approval rating, rising inflation and internal party challenges, triggers a leadership contest within the LDP. Despite a 17 trillion yen stimulus package, Kishida struggled with economic pressures and scandals, failing to boost his popularity. The LDP will elect a new leader next month with potential candidates including Taro Kono, Sanei Taikichi, Shigeru Ishiba and Shinjiro Koizumi. Kishida's resignation underscores the severe domestic and political challenges Japan faces.
自民党が変わることを示す最も分かりやすい最初の一歩は私が身を引くことであります。私は来たる総裁選には出馬いたしません。総裁選を通じて選ばれた新たなリーダーを一兵卒として支えていくことに徹してまいります。所属議員が起こした重大な事態について、組織の長として責任を取ることにいささかの躊躇もありません。今回の事案が発生した当初から思い定め、心に帰してきたところであり、当面の外交日程に一区切りがついた、この時点で私が身を引くことでけじめをつけ、総裁選に向かっていきたいと考えています。
On August 15, 2024, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will deliver his 11th consecutive Independence Day speech, marking his first address since securing a record-equaling third consecutive term. Modi will join Jawaharlal Nehru and Indira Gandhi as the only other Prime Minister to achieve this milestone. Nehru delivered 17 consecutive speeches, while Indira Gandhi gave 16, including 11 consecutively. Modi holds the record for the longest Independence Day speeches, average 82 minutes. This year's theme is Viksit Bharat or Developed India, with celebrations featuring a grand parade and special guests from various government schemes. Modi's address will be broadcasting live starting at 7:30 a.m. from the Red Fort. Pakistan Independence Day is observed on August 14 while India celebrates on August 15. The difference in date stems from the hurried transfer of power by the British in 1947. Lord Louis Mountbatten, aiming to avoid escalating violence, advanced Independence Day to August 15. This day was chosen partly due to the significance of the anniversary of Japan's surrender in World War II. Initially, both India and Pakistan were set to celebrate Independence Day on August 15. However, Pakistan officially observed the transfer of power on August 14 in Karachi, which was also the 27th day of Ramadan, a sacred day for Muslims. Consequently, Pakistan now marks its Independence Day on August 14. Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar has repeated that fielding his wife Sumitra against his cousin Supriya in the Baramati Lok Sabha constituency was a mistake. Sumitra, the daughter of Sharad Pawar, won decisively by 1,58,000 votes, leading to a loss for Pawar's Nationalist Congress Party or NCP in both Baramati and Shirur. During an interview on Jai Maharashtra, Pawar expressed regret for allowing politics to affect family matters, stating politics should not be allowed to enter the home. He clarified that the decision was made by the party's parliamentary board and acknowledged that the outcome was regrettable. Pawar's remarks come amid concerns about his political support in Western Maharashtra as he promotes welfare schemes under his Jan Sanman Yatra. An army officer, Captain Deepak Singh, was killed in the gunfight with terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir's Doda district on Wednesday. The encounter occurred during a cordon and search operation in the Shivgarh Asar belt. Singh, from the Army's Corps of Signals and on deputation with the 48 Rashtriya Rifles, was leading the operation when he was killed. A terrorist was also neutralized and security forces recovered an M4 rifle and other equipment. The operation, which began after terrorists crossed from Udhampur, is ongoing with heavy firefights and searches for additional terrorists in the area. The Election Commission will review security arrangements for upcoming Jammu and Kashmir Assembly elections amidst the intensified security operations. On August 14, the Supreme Court stayed coercive proceeding against YouTuber Savvuku Shankar, who faces 16 FIRs in Tamil Nadu related to alleged defamatory remarks made in an April 2024 interview. Shankar, arrested on May 4, 2024, was detained against on August 13 under the Tamil Nadu Gundas Act, despite the Madras High Court's recent decision to overturn his preventive detention. The court, led by Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, issued a notice in response to Shankar's writ petition and ordered a stay to further proceedings. Shankar's legal team argues that the FIRs and his detention are a part of a broader attempt to suppress his criticisms of the Tamil Nadu government. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has challenged his arrest by the CBI in the Supreme Court, alleging it as an insurance arrest to keep him detained despite nearing release on money laundering cases. The Supreme Court, led by Justice Surya Kant and Ujjal Bhuwan, has issued a notice to the CBI but denied interim bail for Kejriwal. This case, which involves alleged irregularities in the excise policy, will be heard again on August 23rd. Earlier, the Delhi High Court upheld Kejriwal's arrest, citing concerns about his influence over witnessing and the completeness of evidence against him. Kejriwal, who was previously granted bail in a related ED case, argues that his arrest is unjust and seeks to quash the CBI charges. At the trailer launch of the upcoming film Emergency, which she both stars and directs, Kangana Ranaut discussed her views on Bollywood's top Khans, Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan and Aamir Khan. She expressed a desire to produce and direct a film showcasing her talent in significantly socially impactful way. Kangana also revealed that her favorite Khan is the late Irfan Khan, whom she regrets not having her a chance to direct. Addressing industry dynamics, she mentioned feeling boycotted and acknowledged the difficulties of receiving praise in the current climate. Emergency, featuring Anupam Kher, Mahima Chaudhary and others, is set to release on September 6, 2024 and explores the period of the emergency in India, with Kangana portraying Indira Gandhi.
This is a very emotional day for me. I can barely put any sentence together today, because it's been a very long journey. And through this journey, I want to thank many people. First of all, a special thanks to Vijayendra Prasad Garu, our writer, my mentor. The writers of this film, of course, I and Ritesh Shahji has written the film, but he has been a guiding light. And he has always been my mentor, somebody to encourage me and give me my wings to fly. Through this film, we were faced with many obstacles. जैसे कि हर फिल्म में होता है, सभी फिल्मों में बहुत सारे ऑब्स्टिकल्स आते हैं और बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग आते हैं जो आपको भगवान के रूप में या फरिश्तों के रूप में या एंजल्स के रूप में, और they see you through those obstacles. I want to say special thanks to my cast, क्योंकि everybody knows I have been boycotted by the industry. It's not easy to stand with me. It's not easy to do my film. And it's most definitely not easy to praise me. But they have done all of it. I thank Anupam ji for being really strongly always by my side. Shreya ji, Milind Soman ji, shooting today, Mahima ji, and above all, my producers. Puneet Goyanka ji, who has been such a pillar of strength. My producer, Renu Pitti ji, she herself is a woman, or she understood the importance of a film on a woman, directed by a woman. All the people, my brother, since I take up my duties for the nation, he has been holding the fort for me. My family, my friends, all of you media people who are here, wishing and hoping me to rise again, because all of us identify with the underdog. Today, a very important person in the film who has been, again, somebody who had given me so much strength and hope, Satish Kaushik ji. हम लोग उन्हें बहुत मिस कर रहे हैं। आज वो यहां हमारे बीच नहीं है, लेकिन जब कोई इंसान बहुत ही सज्जन होते हैं, जब कोई इंसान बहुत ही अच्छे होते हैं, नेक होते हैं, तो वो जाते वक्त भी किसी को कोई कष्ट देके नहीं जाते। ऐसे ही हमारे बहुत पूजनीय, बहुत आदरणीय सतीश जी, उन्होंने अपना सारा काम खत्म किया, मुझसे बातें की, मुझसे फिल्म के बारे में बातें की, अपनी डबिंग खत्म की, और इस तरह से वो गए कि हमें लगा कि जैसे उन्होंने जान के हमें जो है, सोच समझ के जो है, अलविदा कहा है।
क्या रीजन था दैट यू सेड कि मुझे यही कहानी बनानी है?
ऐसा कोई, ऑनेस्टली जब मैंने इमरजेंसी के बारे में पढ़ना शुरू किया, मैं एक बहुत ही पॉलिटिकली अवेयर पर्सन हूं। आई लाइक टू हैव डिबेट्स, आई लाइक टू पार्टिसिपेट अबाउट डिबेट्स अबाउट द नेशन, अबाउट पीपल, अबाउट आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। हम लोग जो 80s में बॉर्न है, हम लोगों ने ये पूरा जो फेज है 70s का, वो सब मिस कर दिया है। तो सुनते तो थे कि इमरजेंसी होती थी, ऐसा होता था, वैसा। तो मैंने कहा ये होता क्या था, आई शुड रीड अ लिटिल बिट अबाउट इट। सो आई रेड फ्यू बुक्स, और उसमें जो मिसेस गांधी की ऑटोबायोग्राफी बाय पुपुल जयकर, उसने मुझे बहुत ज्यादा प्रभावित किया। मिसेस गांधी ने एक जगह कहा है, जब उनसे उनके गुरु ने कहा, चिडू कृष्ण मूर्ति ने, कि इंदिरा, पुट एन एंड टू दिस इमरजेंसी, दिस इज सो रॉन्ग, आप जो कर रही हैं वो बहुत गलत है, एंड जस्ट एंड इट। तो मिसेस गांधी ने कहा, कोट अनकोट, कि जिडू, I feel I'm riding a ferocious beast who I was riding and enjoying earlier, but now I feel if I get off the beast, it'll eat me up. ये जो उन्होंने कहा कि अब ये दहशी दरिंदा जो ये जानवर है, अगर मैं इससे उतरी तो ये मुझे खा जाएगा। इसमें मुझे इतनी एक आर्टिस्टिक शेक्सपियरियन ट्रेजेडी नजर आई। So as an artist, it really evoked and stimulated so many emotions in me कि एक इंसान जिसमें कॉन्शियस होती है, कॉन्शियस होनी चाहिए, अपनी ईगो के प्रभाव में आके फिर किस किस तरह की यातनाएं सहता है, और हम किसी चीज को करते वक्त उसमें चले तो जाते हैं, लेकिन फिर मुड़ के क्या कभी हम उससे वापस आ सकते हैं विदाउट पेइंग अ प्राइस। सो दैट बिकेम अ वेरी बिग इंस्पिरेशन फॉर मी, एंड आई थिंक जो हुआ, जो लोगों ने किया, वो तो हो गया, लेकिन उसके साथ में इससे आज हमने क्या पाया, एक उसकी एक भी सिग्निफिकेंस होनी चाहिए कि हमें क्या मिला। जब तक हम अपने पूर्वजों के, बुजुर्गों के, अपने ही प्रधानमंत्री के जो है उनके निर्णयों से, उनके तजुर्बों से अगर हमने कुछ सीखा नहीं, तो फिर उस कहानी को बनाने का क्या मतलब। हम यहाँ पे 4 लोग बैठ के किसी की निंदा करने के लिए तो बैठे नहीं हैं। ऑनेस्टली दैट you can go to a TB debate and do that. You don't have to make 100 crore film for that. So हम लोगों ने क्या पाया और क्या सीखा, I think, and there is a lot to learn from Mrs. Gandhi's life, and that became my inspiration.
Just one last thing, you've often talked about your strengths. मतलब अक्सर आपने सिर्फ strengths की बात की है, hope की बात की है। यहाँ पे उतार चढ़ाव की बात करना बनता है। इमरजेंसी के दौरान, इसको बनाने के दौरान, what all did you see, what all did you go through?
देखिए, आई थिंक एक जो कलाकार होते हैं, उनके लिए मुझे लगता है हर एक डायरेक्टर की एक जर्नी होती है हर फिल्म के साथ, मगर जी वॉज गोइंग थ्रू अ मर्जर दैट डिडंट वर्क आउट। उसके करके थोड़ा सा हमें मुश्किलें हुई, बट देन रेणु जी केम, निशांत पिट्टी, रेणु जी, प्रशांत जी, यू नो, दे आर वेरी काइंड टू बी एंड वेरी सपोर्टिव टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस फिल्म। तो उस तरह से हम मिलजुल कर इन सब सिचुएशन से होते हुए, और फिर बाकी जी ऑल्सो यू नो इमर्ज फ्रॉम देयर अ बिट ऑफ अ लैगिंग पीरियड, एंड टुडे दे आर with us, standing together and you know, making this happen.
Absolutely.
Ola Electricity Mobility Limited reported its first quarterly results as a publicly listed company, showing a 32% revenue increase to 1,644 crore for the period ending June 30, 2024. Despite this growth, the company's net loss widened to 347 crore compared to 267 crore a year earlier. Ola Electric achieved its highest ever quarterly revenue and deliveries with 1,25,198 units sold. The company's share rose by 2.38% to 110.64 crore on the BSE following the result, while the Sensex gained 0.19%. Ola Electric debuted on the National Stock Exchange of India on August 9, 2024, following a highly oversubscribed IPO. Chief Minister Revanth Reddy returned to Hyderabad on Wednesday after an 11-day tour of the United States and South Korea. His visit, which aimed at attracting foreign investments to Telangana, concluded with the signing of 19 deals in the US. Upon arrival at Rajiv Gandhi International Airport, he received a warm welcome from MPs, ministers and MLAs. The tour was a part of the strategic effort to boost the state's economy by engaging with global companies and securing investment opportunities. The result of this tour are anticipated to have a significant positive impact on Telangana's economic landscape.
ఉపాధి కల్పించాలనే ఒక ఆలోచనతో ఈరోజు మన ప్రవాస తెలంగాణ వాదులకు సంబంధించి అదేవిధంగా బహుళ జాతికి సంబంధించిన పెద్ద పరిశ్రమ సంబంధించిన పెద్దలందరినీ కూడా కలుసుకునే ప్రయత్నంలో ఈ రాష్ట్రం కానీ మా ప్రభుత్వం ప్రత్యేకించి పెట్టుబడులకు సంబంధించి మీ అందరూ ఆలోచన మేరకు ఈ ప్రభుత్వం విధానాలు కానీ కొత్త ప్రభుత్వం పైన ఉన్న అనుమానాలు కానీ అపోహలు కానీ ఈరోజు మరి వారికి ఏది కూడా లేకుండా మాకు రాజకీయ రాజకీయాలతీతంగా మా ప్రభుత్వం ఈరోజు వాణిజ్యం వ్యాపారం విషయంలో రాష్ట్రాన్ని అభివృద్ధి చెందాలనే ఉద్దేశాన్ని మీ అందరికీ చెప్పాలని వచ్చామని ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు కూడా వారు అక్కడ అనేక సందర్భాల్లో అనేక మీటింగ్లో వారు తెలియజేయడానికి రాష్ట్ర ప్రగతిలో మీరు అందరూ భాగస్వాములు కావాలి, మీ పరిశ్రమలు ఏర్పాటు చేయండి, మీ రంగాల్లో మీకున్న అనుభవాన్ని షేర్ చేయండి, మీ ఎక్స్పర్టీస్ని మా ప్రజలకు తో పాటు పాలు పంచుకోండి, రాష్ట్ర ప్రగతిలో పాలు పంచుకోవడానికి మీరు ముందుకు రావాలని పిలుపునివ్వడానికి ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు ఈ పర్యటన చేయడం జరిగింది. చాలా మంది సానుకూలంగా ఈరోజు ముందుకు వచ్చి పెట్టుబడులు పెడతామని ముందుకు రావడం జరిగింది. ఈరోజు సక్సెస్ నాన్ సక్సెస్ అనే అసలు పదానికి ఏమైనా అర్థం ఉందా, వారికి ఏమన్నా మాట్లాడేవారు. ఈరోజు మేము ఏం చెప్తా ఉన్నాం, మేము ఆ రోజు దావోస్కు సంబంధించిన పరిశ్రమలకు సంబంధించి ఇక్కడ తీసుకురావాలని పోతా ఉన్నప్పుడు ఈ విధంగానే మాట్లాడింది. ఏ విధంగా పెట్టుబడులు వచ్చినాయో ప్రత్యక్షంగా కనబడ్డాయి. ఈరోజు కూడా ప్రత్యక్షంగా కనబడతా ఉన్నాయి. కనబడతా ఉన్నప్పుడు విజయవంతమైందా అని మాట్లాడటానికి ఆస్కారం లేదు. రాష్ట్ర ప్రగతిలో మీరందరూ కూడా భాగస్వాములు కావాలని పిలుపునివ్వటానికి వెళ్ళటం జరిగింది. వారికి ఒక నమ్మకం, వారికి సంబంధించిన అంశాలలో మీరందరూ కూడా మా రాష్ట్ర ప్రగతిలో పాల్పంచుకోవాలని చెప్పడానికి వెళ్ళటం జరిగింది. ఆ క్రమంలోనే మేము పెట్టుబడులు పెడతామని ముందుకొచ్చిన వారికి స్వాగతిస్తూ ఉన్నాం. రాబోయే కాలంలో పెద్ద ఎత్తున వారి పరిశ్రమలు ఇక్కడ ఏర్పాటు చేయడానికి అన్ని విధాలా ఈ రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వం ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్లే ప్రయత్నం కొనసాగుతుంది.
సో కేటీఆర్ గారు ఒక మాట అన్నారు,
In Murshidabad, Union Minister Kishan Reddy inaugurated several development programs. Along with MP Lakshman and MLA Muthagopal, he stated the work on drainage pipelines in Hazrat Gali and CC road construction in Ramnagar Nagulu Gali, Jambhavi Nagar and Bapuji Nagar Shiva Temple. During the event, Kishan Reddy stated that Hyderabad should not be considered only as a high-tech city, but also recognize old neighborhoods like Ambirpet and Murshidabad. He emphasized the need for collective efforts to improve basic facilities in the city. Despite high revenue generation from the city, there is inadequate allocation for development. Kishan Reddy stressed the need for more funds to provide basic amenities to citizens. He pointed out that while significant attention is given to the development of the high-tech city area, the old city areas are being neglected. He urged the Chief Minister to take special initiatives to increase funding for the development of Hyderabad.
లేట్ అయితే ఇంకా ముంబడికి వస్తాయి అవన్నీ. అమ్మా ఇటు చూడు.
That's all for today. Be connected for more updates with me, Asma.